Peace, greetings to the world. Welcome to our Schoolyard food forest, where we have amazing selection of perennial plants that we're growing on campus and also using this food forest as our outdoor classroom. So the goal with having a food forest in a school is to have a place to host our eco-literacy program, where students come out to the food forest and get a better understanding of the way this ecosystem works. An ecosystem that we've created ourselves here at school, which we've found to be a very fun and interactive way of bridging between the science lessons students learn in the classroom and to the interactions they get to experience with nature in the outdoors. Going back to our philosophy of biomimicry, we're using perennial plants. That means you plant them once and they come in and out of season and they grow year after year after year. So from a climate change perspective, these perennial food forests are the real carbon sequesters, oxygen producers compared to maybe seasonal vegetables in the garden. We have a ton of edible herbs like lavender, lemon verbena, oregano, rosemary. We have beautiful artichokes in season right now. This persimmon tree is an example of a plant that does great in our climate, but most kids aren't exposed to more rare fruits like that. In the same category of perennial leafy greens, we have tree collards, we have Okinawan spinach. Here's our young pomegranate tree. The oldest trees in the food forest are only 2 years old. And so this mulberry tree is just an extremely fast growing tree. It does amazing in our clay soils and dry climate and produces abundantly. So the students are enamored with the food forest, but they're very much aware that the food production in this garden is only made possible through the healthy ecosystem and especially the pollinators that reside in it. To honor all of the different members of our ecosystem, especially those pollinators, we created an ethnobotanical garden just adjacent to the food forest that is completely dedicated to our California native plants. Let's check it out. We have a little sign demonstrating the potential of recreating wildlife habitat in our suburban spaces. Right along the entrance, I love having a very fragrant, a very aromatic sagebrush. We have a bunch of white yarrow that's now established. Our coastal buckwheat is a quintessential food source in our chaparral ecosystems. We have some ceanothus in here, or California lilac. When they flower, bring so much beauty to this space with their amazing blossoms. This is a small coastal live oak that one day is going to shade this whole area, maybe even cover part of the road, and cars will be driving under it. We have lemonade berry, a beautiful evergreen shrub that has all these different colors going on and even a delicious fruit that we can all enjoy. This arroyo willow also looks like it's flowering. We brought it here as a 1-foot cutting a year ago, and it's already a 15-foot tree. And that's the same story with this elderberry. This beautiful elderberry that's fruiting and in flower was in a 1-gallon pot when I brought it here, and it only took 1 year for it to already grow this big. By having a dedicated space on campus where students get to study and experience wildlife biology, they get to understand and participate in conservation work. They've built this ecosystem. They have an in-depth understanding of how it works and what it takes to keep it alive. Our future depends on people who are able to fulfill these green jobs, and these green jobs are going to be in high demand in the future, and I can't think of a better way to prepare our young people to bring us out of this climate crisis than through ecological literacy being taught in schools from a young age and beyond.